All right, the Colfax City Council special meeting of April 16th, 2026 is now in session. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you so very much. City Clerk, can you please take roll?
Yes, Mayor, we do have one council member joining us remotely. As such, she'll need to disclose whether or not any other individuals 18 years of age or older are present in the room. Councilmember Burris, are there any individuals over 18 in the room with you? Okay, go ahead with the roll call. Councilmember Burris? Can't hear her. Okay, we'll get back to her. Councilmember Douglas?
Present.
Councilmember Lohman?
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Hilberg?
Here.
Mayor McCauley? Thank you, Mayor. We have a quorum.
All right, may I have a motion to approve the agenda order, please?
Move to approve.
Do we have a second?
I second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Wait. Oh, we got her. Did she come back?
Okay. Councilmember Burris is here and we'll need a roll call vote. So I'll go ahead and take the roll call.
I'm sorry, the Zoom cut out completely, so I actually don't even know what the item is. If you want to keep going, that's fine.
It's just the agenda
Okay.
order.
That's fine.
We're approving the agenda order for the one item, the skate park project. So Councilmember Burris,
Aye.
Councilmember Douglas,
Aye.
Councilmember Lohman,
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Hilberg,
Here.
Mayor McCauley. Motion passes. Thank you.
Do we have any new conflicts of interest from the council?
No change.
No change.
No change.
Okay, thank you so much. As a reminder to the council and the public, this meeting is being live streamed. Please do make sure to speak very clearly into the microphone so that everybody at home is going to be able to hear you as well. And due to the large attendance we have, which we're thrilled, we are going to limit public comment to 3 minutes each tonight. The only item on the special meeting agenda is the discussion of the bid award for the skate park project. City manager, go ahead and introduce. Oh, can we get it? Yes. Larry, we need to go ahead and have you. Okay, and for the record, Mayor Pro Tem Hilberg has recused himself due to his nearness. What is that word I want?
Mayor Pro Tem Hilberg owns property within 500 feet of the proposed project and therefore has a conflict of interest and must recuse.
All right, go ahead.
All right. Thank you, Madam Mayor. After many years of effort and despite some delays, the skate park project is now ready for council to award the construction contract and authorize staff to execute agreements for construction, testing, and inspection services. Carl Moore, city engineer, Ty Connors with the Green Machine are with us tonight, along with Kyle Dion and Canton Russell, both from New Line, and they're all here tonight to provide additional details and answer any questions that come up. Carl, would you like to step up?
Carl Moore, city engineer. I think everybody's aware of the project, so I'm not going to go into all the details on the history of the project, but if you have any questions, that's why the team is here to answer anything that may come up between the public and council.
Do we want to start with questions? Is that the easiest way to go? We can do that. So do we have any questions from the council for Carl before we? No. Trinity, did you have any questions for Carl?
I do not.
Okay, then we will open it to the public for questions only, not just comments, just questions, right? Said questions. You want me to open public comment?
Typically at this point you would, so staff has introduced the item. So typically at this point you would allow the, you would get a description of the project, answer any questions from the council, and then take public comment.
All right, the council didn't have any questions, so we will start with public comment. Let's go ahead and do those that are on Zoom if we have any public comment on Zoom first.
I do not, oh, I do. I have
Okay.
one hand raised. Kelly Kettinger Cecil, if you want to go ahead and. Think you're muted. Kelly, do you want to go ahead and make your public comment?
I do. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay,
Thank you.
perfect. Awesome. Thank you so much. My name is Callie Kendrick Cecil. I'm a former Colfax resident, current resident of Weimar. Calling in to express my sincere support for the project. Really looking forward to this project coming to fruition. It's a really important project for the community. And that is my comment. Thank you very much, Council.
Thank you. Do we have any others on the Zoom?
Nope, I have no other hands raised on the Zoom. Thank you. And
Okay.
thank you.
Yeah, if you have any pop-up, just let us know. All right, we'll go ahead and start with public comment from the audience. When you come up to the podium, just make sure that the green light is on so that you guys are online.
Have we already started the time? Good evening. My name is Will Stockwin. I live at 525 Pine Street in Colfax. 9 years ago, the skate park proponents told the city council that if the city donated the old pool property to become the site of a skate park, there would be no further cost to the city. But if you read the staff report tonight, you see that was a pretty foolish promise for them to make. Right now, according to the staff report, the city is prepared to spend $100,000 on this project. But what that doesn't tell us is, does that $100,000 include the $84,000 shortfall in the funding for the skate park project that the city has said it's going to pick up? Is that part of that $100,000? It also doesn't say whether or not the 17-item work list on page 6 of the bid proposal, that the bid proposal is not going to cover 17 items. Who's going to pick those up? Who's going to spend the money? And how much money are those 17 items going to cost? Who gets the tab? So here we are 6 years later, 9 years later, and we still have no clear picture of how much money the city is going to put into this project. And I think if I was sitting on this side of the room tonight, I would vote no on this item until the city finally tells us just what is the ceiling on city funding for a project that was originally pitched as no further cost to the city. Thank you.
Thank you, Will. Who would like to be next?
Council, Nick Dion, Canyon Way. There's a lot of things to do for adults around here. I wouldn't mind if the city paid $250,000 for the skate park. There's nothing for youth to do right now. We can ride on the sidewalks or the streets. It's all right, but you get kicked off the property eventually. We need a property where we can go. It's already next to a ballpark. It's commotion there with that. There's already a little splash park. put them all together. I don't think there's any better idea than to put a skate park where kids can not only skate, use their scooters, whatnot, hang out, watch other people, watch their kids grow up, have fun, place to play. So I'm in favor of the skate park.
Thank you. I'm not going to call next every time. I know more of you got thoughts. Thank you.
My name's Matt Eversole. I'm not very good at this. I don't like it, but I think it's very important. So I live in Meadow Vista and I don't head up this way very often because there's not much up here. For me, that drives me up here. I drive through Colfax quite a bit to go to Grass Valley because they have a skate park. The only reason I ever stop here, I think I stopped at the thrift store the other day. I probably won't be going back to that. It wasn't very good, but I stopped to get coffee every once in a while. A skate park would be a reason to stop. The skate park would be a reason to drive up here. The skate park would be a reason for people from all over to come here, to spend money, to stop and get a drink, to grow commerce in Colfax. But most importantly, it would be something for the kids of the area to have, to be a positive influence on their lives, to give them something to look forward to each day, to just to have somewhere positive for them and their friends to go to grow in. I don't know. I could go into all the things that skateboarding is so good for a community and for individuals, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I agree with the gentleman that just spoke. Would you say 20 would put, you said $250,000 into? Whatever you got to do, make it happen. Yeah, make it happen. I don't understand. Like, I've been on this board for 9 years to make this thing happen. When I moved up here, I got on the board. I didn't know any of these guys. I was like, skate park, let's do it. So I got on the board and I've seen skate parks pop up in a couple of years. I'm like, I don't understand why it takes this long, but I understand how it works. So we're at the finish line. Let's do what we can to make it happen. And anybody that's in support of it, I support you because this is an awesome thing for the community. Thank you.
Hi there. My name is Jamie Jackson, and I always have a shaky voice when I do this. I just wanted to say that I've been a Colfax kid most of my life. I've been waiting for a skate park for about 20 years. I've spoken at Placer County in favor of the same thing. And I just wanted to point out that in a previous council meeting that I was listening to, there is an opportunity for a grant from the Cannabis Coalition that is actually kind of offering $250,000 towards the skate park funding. And then it was like $775,000 or something like that. And $245,000 of it would go towards the skate park. And then the other part of it would go towards the city of Colfax. The agenda item before that was Trinity Burris saying that the city of Colfax received less than $200,000 in funding in the last year, and that we should get together with another 56 or 57 other small cities that received terrible funding to attempt to get this. And then we learned about this grant coming in, and some people who are against the skate park made some statements saying, what would we need all that money for? And we wouldn't need it if we didn't have a skate park. I believe that that's all conflicting interests with their statements. And I guess I just wanted to say that my whole existence here, I've waited for a skate park. I've seen nothing but positive people continuing to try to throw money towards it, to try to throw more fundraisers, to try to do everything they can. And it doesn't make sense that this has not happened when we do have neighbors that have built these things and have rebuilt these things, have created and torn down like 5 times in the 20 years. And I'm not sure what we need to do to come together to actually make this happen, but I hope today that this final vote gets pushed through. Thank you.
I think if we were to build a skate park, it would really make a positive uh area for me, not only just me, but me and my friends to go. When we go downtown, we like ride our scooters and skateboards and stuff, and we try to like get better and practice on little things that like sidewalks, but it really doesn't work out as well. And I think in order like sometimes we go down to like Auburn or Folsom because they have a skate park there, and it's kind of a lot planning those. But if we were just able to come from school just straight up the hill to a skate park, I think it would be a lot easier. And I feel like a lot more people would probably stop in Colfax for the skate park and like want to get drinks after or something. I don't know. But I don't, I would like to have the ability to go just walk up to a skate park because I can't get a ride to Auburn or something all the time. But yeah.
Thank you.
My name is Jaden Toro. I'm 25 years old. I live in Auburn now, but I lived in Colfax for the first 14 years of my life. And I feel like as long as I can remember, I heard the skate park, it's going to be put in, it's going to be put in. Oh, we're getting the funding. Oh, we're getting this. But I never actually saw it happen. And I know from personal experience that if I did have a skate park in high school and in elementary school and stuff like that, and we were able to walk up there and just go have fun, we wouldn't have gotten into, I'm not going to get into specifics, but some of the antics we got into and some of the trouble we got into, I know it would have like caused a way like more positive of an impact on us. And I mean, everyone's, I'm sure, tired of looking at that rubble next to the splash park or whatever you want to call it. It's just not an attractive sight. And from like, I don't come up here very often now that I live in Auburn because Auburn has everything I need. A skate park, it has plenty of restaurants, it has everything. And if we had a skate park here in Colfax, I'm sure most of these empty buildings I see in downtown, like the railhead and stuff like that, could turn into restaurants and turn into like these places that people want to go to because the skate park would attract people to Colfax. It's kind of sad seeing the state that Colfax is in right now from when I was a kid, because I used to love riding around on the street on like my skateboard and my bike and stuff. And it doesn't seem as welcoming as it did when I was a kid. And it's kind of sad to see that because I love Colfax. I love this area. It's such a beautiful area. And it would just be, yeah, it would be amazing to have a skate park up here. And it would definitely keep the kids out of trouble and make a positive impact on their life. Even it sounds like a broken record, but that's all.
Thank you.
I'm actually coming up on behalf of Madden Dion. He wanted me, he couldn't be here. He's been a spokesman for us numerous times at the podium, but he couldn't make it. He sent me this message. He says, "Hi, my name is Madden Dion, and I'm 14 years old. I live here in Colfax. I just wanted to say how much a skate park would mean to kids like me. There really isn't a place for us to go hang out, skate, and stay active, especially after school or on the weekends. I play sports too, but not everyone does, and this would be something for all of us. A skate park would give us something positive to do and a place where we actually want to be. It's not just about skating, it's about having a safe place to be the friends and to be part of our community. I really hope you vote yes and make this happen. Thank you." And that was from Madden Dion. So Ty Connors, Madam Mayor and Council, I'm coming up here on my behalf. Again, Yes, we've been part of this project for 10 years, and it's been a journey, a lot of hurdles, a lot of things that we've gone through, a lot of support. The guys, raise your hands, the original OGs, guys that I asked right there, they've been with this project since the beginning, the inception and the first design. So thank you very much for your support. I can't say enough for Green Machine. We couldn't do without Green Machine board. If you guys can raise your hands real quick. Again, the continual support we've had with Green Machine. I know, Will, what you brought up is something that I try to push when this first thing happened, is that, using donated funds and not general funds when it comes to funding this thing. Obviously, 10 years in the making. I didn't think I'd be up here 10 years asking, for this final vote. Staying committed for 10 years is something that's really hard to do, and to keep people active. Robert Dugan over here with Calcima, they have been a big advocate for us for years, and keeping an organization like Tykert, who's donating all the concrete to this, to stay invested for 5+ years is a hard thing to do. I know that as time went on, I've been through probably 3 or 4 city councils, 3 city engineers, different city managers. Things changed and we had to pivot. And then for me, we had to change the whole dynamic of our skate park just to make this work, to fit in within our budget. Wasn't the plan to use, to ask the city, it's a humbling experience to come up and say, hey, we couldn't get there, through our efforts, numerous efforts that we've done through all the people. But with the last minute, I just want to say that, again, the support that we've had and the community support we've had for something like this, and companies like Tykert, or we have Kiwanis and Lioness Club and the Lions Club and Seroptimus and all these people that support the community, have supported this skate park project. There's, I mean, hundreds and hundreds of people that have donated their time and efforts into this. And we're at the moment where we can finally put the stamp on this project after 10 years of dedicated service by everybody to get this to this point. Is something to be said about commitment to this city and the community. I can't say enough. So please vote.
Hi, my name is Ashley Vandermeer. I live at 120 Shadowwood, right around the corner. I would really like to express my support for the skate park. As a more recent resident of Colfax, I was really excited when I heard about the skate park project. I've grown up in action sports, snowboarding, wakeboarding, skateboarding, all of it. And what an awesome opportunity to support kids and families in our community. It's really something that brings people together and just creates a real sense of place and belonging for people. And really hope to see this project move forward. Thanks.
I love watching you guys elbow each other, trying to see who's going to be next. And I know there's lots of emotions, so let's share them.
How's it going? I'm Giovanni Taylor, and actually graduated from Colfax, and when I first started going to Weimar is when I first heard about the Colfax skate park project, and I was like, oh sweet, like just getting into middle school. When I get to high school, there's gonna be a nice new skate park for me to skate at, and then as I got closer, I was getting a little worried, I started sweating a little bit, but that's okay. And then, as we got closer, as I got into high school, still there was some hope for it to be done before I graduated, but it unfortunately never happened. But I will say that, I was fortunate enough to have, parents that were able to take me to the Auburn skate park. And I know a lot of people can't do that, but I will say that place, the Auburn skate park, just built my entire life. I met all of my best friends still to this day there. I got my job just from skating there. All of the greatest memories I've ever had have been created through skateboarding in some sort of way. And I think a lot of kids around here, they would really appreciate to have the same kind of core memories built in their lives, because, skateboarding is something that a lot of people do as an outlet. You know, it's not a team sport. It's something that you're doing by yourself. But when you go to a skate park, there's almost like a team mentality. Everybody's helping each other out, you know? Like, I work at Milo, the skate shop down in Auburn, and we see a lot of kids that are kind of like nervous to start skating or, you know, and I always try to encourage them as much as I possibly can because I know how much skateboarding has helped my life. Not only in, you know, skateboarding in general in itself, but just in so many other aspects of my life, you know? Skateboarders are always falling down, getting back up. You're not really seeing that to the extent that, you know, skaters do it. That just builds such character. And I think that's a really humbling experience and a lot of, you know, the youth should experience. So that's all I got to say. Thank you.
Just trying to give you guys enough time to think about it.
Hello. I have no planned remarks, but my name is Melanie and I am a resident in Grass Valley. However, my mom lives in Meadow Vista. My daughter went to Colfax High School. My kids, I have 5 kids. All of them skated. My boys grew up skateboarding. They played a lot of other sports, but they really found their place with skateboarding. And so when my kids were young, a friend of mine and I co-founded a nonprofit, Skate MD, and provided skateboard camps for kids with disabilities. And we hosted those at skate parks, much like we've been to Auburn. We host a lot of clinics in Sacramento, in the Bay Area. And kids really need this space. And so I've seen a lot of beautiful things come out of skateboarding for families and for kids. And I just wanted to advocate for having something here local for people living in Colfax. That's it.
Oh, goodness, my height. Hi, Carla Jameson, 21 East Oak Street. Well, I won't ride skateboards because I'm too accident prone. Yeah, I am. I did BMX in my days. But I do think it's huge important because I live next to the cement plant. I see a lot of kids there. I see them on my street, and it gives them a safe environment. And that's huge important. So I don't see any reason not to support this project. That's what I got. Very well.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jeff Vaughn. From Colfax, went to Colfax High School. My mom was actually a teacher at Colfax for over 30 years. So this community and everything about this is very important to me. And like Tide said, we started the Board of Skate over 10 years ago. So 5 of us all got together and said how important this was to make happen, that we all would get together every once a month to come up with our ideas and game plan and brainstorm. And none of us, again, had any past history of opening up skate parks or doing anything like that. So this was brand new ground for us to travel on. So yeah, luckily we were blessed to have Ty to take the lead on that. And again, we didn't know exactly what we were doing, but we had the heart, and all of us cared so much about making this happen. So the funny full circle story is I'm 55 now, but over 40 years ago, I used to skateboard right down the road there when there's across from the post office where the little circle around, and that was our spot to hang out. And it was really tough when you're, you know, in younger years and don't have any place to go, and that's where your spot is. And it was a great time. We always had a good time doing it, but it was, you know, not the best place to be in public, and you know, we got in the way of cars, but everyone dealt with us. So you know, when this was a chance to put in a skate park, I was like, oh my gosh, full circle. I wouldn't have to skate down there. I could actually go to the park. So that was just meant everything to me. So So yeah, so we, like I said, for 10 years, we've done fundraisers. We've haven't given up on this thing. And, we're getting so close. Grass Valley just completely redid their park. They were they had a really opportunistic chance to get a grant for $1.6 million that funded the whole entire thing. So there are, ways to, and means out there to get, major funding. And I know we have to come up with that. But like I said, we're all very passionate about this. And kind of back to what Giovanni was saying about skateboarding, this is a skateboard park, so to speak, but it's more than that. It's bicycles, scooters, and just bonding. And skateboarding for me, and I don't want to be too long-winded, but I run a snowboard company right now for over 22 years, and my background was from skateboarding. And so I met everybody in my life, just like Giovanni said, through skateboarding, and started being at the skate parks. Then I wanted to go to school, I wanted to go to college, and I wanted to get into the industry. So, the skateboarding is also a place of mentoring, and people can, learn about the action sport industry, which is, a way for people to get jobs. And, park, I would go to the skate parks, and another business is Tahoe Taffy. And so the skate parks, and I would kind of see the kids that were working really hard and learning their tricks and would show up on time. And I'd be like, hey, do you want a job? So the skate park would actually turn into, am I going too long on my time? I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. So I just wanted to say the skate park, it's more than just skateboarding, the bonding that the relationship that you build. And like I said, you can help mentor people to go to the next level and get a job out there. So it's not just making noise. Thank you.
Mayor, I did have someone's hand raised on Zoom. Jamie, did you want to talk? Did you have a comment?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, we need, I'm Jamie Henricks. I'm Madden Dion's mom. He's at basketball, so he couldn't be there. But I do want to speak. We need this skate park, plain and simple. This isn't just about concrete and ramps. It's about giving our kids a safe place to go, something positive to be a part of, and a reason to stay active and connected. Our community has waited a long time for this, years of planning, showing up, and believing it could actually happen. And now we're right there at the finish line. Like my son Madden said, not all kids play organized sports, and a skate park gives all kids a place where they belong, where they can challenge themselves, build confidence, and stay out of trouble. This is an investment in our youth, in our families, and in the future of Colfax. Let's show up for them in the way they deserve. Let's build something they'll be proud of. Thank you.
I just want to say that when I was riding in town with all my friends, everybody was getting mad for us getting or scootering and riding bikes. And I don't know where they want us to ride. We can't ride on the street because that's dangerous. We can't ride on the sidewalks because they have signs. So I just don't know where to ride.
My name is Eric Gorman in Nevada City. The fact that these folks have been showing up for 10 years really stresses the importance and value of third spaces for people to exist, right? What that young man just said about not having a place to just exist outside of property and private businesses, right, is just discouraging. There should be safe spaces for the community to thrive outside of homes where they can mingle with their community, develop friendships and relationships, and do things that matter to them. And I really am in favor of developing a skate park space. People can go out and do just that, build those relationships, build that confidence, develop those passions, and have a healthy, safe space to do it in.
All right, Larry, it doesn't look like anybody else is moving, so that would mean you're up.
Thank you. I asked to be last. It seems unfair that a law that is intended to prevent people from building something positive next door to them prevents me from being on the other side of something because it's next door. And 3 minutes isn't very long, but I'm going to do my best. Doesn't seem long enough. I go back about a dozen years. The promises that were made at that first meeting, grind line, construction, the best. For the kids of Colfax, some of which are here tonight, a safe location, no public spending, all supported by Green Machine, and a Green Machine project, totally run by a Green Machine. We now have one solo bidder that got this project because it's a low bid. I can't speak for their quality. I don't know anything about them. Something for the kids of Colfax became regional to attract business, and we had more out-of-town adults speak tonight than anyone else. A safe location. I live above that park. It's an exclusive, isolated place. We were promised no lights, no fences, and close at dusk. No public cost. Colfax is putting $186,000 into this. Counting Placer County's $205,000 and California's $177,000. That's a total of $568,000 of public money so far. Because the fundraising for this, we need to be honest here, it failed. It's not a Green Machine project. It was given over to the city, and now it's a city project. And I'm not sure how that happened. And one of the things a city project has to do is provide an estimate of the ongoing financial costs of this. And that is not included in your agenda page. I'm only assuming that you haven't done it. That's part of our ordinances. So this project has gone through several designs, one site change, one skate park that was so large it wouldn't fit on the property. It's going to cost $800 and some $1,000. It would be bid and redesigned, now it's smaller. The bids were too high. And that's where we are. I would like to have time to speak about the grant that we recently applied for, but I ran out of time. But I promise to you, the public, that you will learn the entire story from beginning to end and how this project got from where it started to where it is tonight and all the details. Thank you.
That brings it back to the council. Do you guys have any questions, comments? Just want to go for a motion. What's your,
I'll comment real quick.
go for it, Sean.
Project has evolved a lot since its initial inception and vision. Times have changed and prices have gone up astronomically. The culmination of what you have in front of you of what we have in front of us right now is basically following through with the promise for the people of Colfax. So I think we have a lot of people that have put a lot of time into this, a lot of people, a lot of effort, a lot of donations, and I think they've come a long way to make this project possible. And I think it's his responsibility to make sure we see this project through for everybody involved. So, thanks.
Oh, my comments are very similar to what I've been saying for years and years. I was 100% or 99% in favor of it when it first came out at that original price tag. And then the price tag went up and my support was still there, but it went down. It just seems every time price tag goes up, my support goes down. I'm still reluctantly
in favor of it, but if this happens again, another major increase, then my support may be hard to come by. As a member of the city, I think we all have to be aware that if we spend $600,000 for something that 1.7% of the population will use, we have to, wonder if that's if we're good guardians of our money. Like I said, I'm still reluctantly in favor of it, but we do need to set a ceiling. In the year 2009, a lot of money was doled out by the federal government to companies that were, quote, too big to fail. This project is beginning to look a lot like that it's too big to fail now. We put so much money into it. I just want us to be aware of that. And I hope that we can, put a ceiling on this and not be here again 6 months from now trying to find more money. Thank you.
Trinity, did you have any thoughts you'd like to share?
Yeah, I just had a question. So the bid that we're looking at tonight and potentially approving, is this a fixed bid as in we are capping the cost, or is this an estimate, per our normal bidding where the cost could shift, part of the way through construction?
Carl, do you want to answer that, or you?
Yeah, so New Line has the Sourcewell bid, which is a fixed bid. That does not mean if there's any unknowns that are discovered, especially during earthwork operations, that there won't be a change order, and that the additional money that we are asking for as part of the staff report and resolution tonight includes a 10% construction contingency. So if there is any additional cost, that money is included in what we are asking for tonight.
And the contract we would be moving forward with, let's just say we do get into that initial geological work and the unknowns end up, coming with a catastrophic price tag. Are we positioned in a way to where we can back out of a contract and, limit the bleeding?
Yeah, if there was some catastrophic discovery during construction as they're doing some excavation and compaction, which is very, very unlikely. I've never seen that in my 28 years as a civil engineer. Then yes, we would be able to stop the project and reassess where we are at.
Okay, I think that concludes my question.
A couple comments that I wanted to make is first, I want to commend the kids that have come out repeatedly to speak. As you've heard several adults say, they're not really comfortable getting up and speaking. And so the fact that you guys have made the choice to come out here and do that speaks volumes. And I greatly appreciate that. Same for the adults. It's hard. Not all of us even like being up here and talking. And so we appreciate the fact that you're willing to come out and do this. And I will say it, and I've said it before, I don't have a lot of love for a skate park. It's not something that interests me personally, but the fact that you guys have continued and stuck with this through so many ups and downs speaks volumes for your commitment to what you've done. I absolutely understand Larry and some of his neighbors' concerns in regards to the volume. I understand skateboards are louder than a baseball field sometimes, and they're different sounds. We hear a lot of those same concerns about people that live next to railroad tracks. And, my stance was very similar long before I got on council. I remember the, implications that they weren't going to ask for any money from the city, that they wanted to do it all on their own. All of us know that the prices have gone through the roof in the last couple of years, much less the last 10. And watching what's happened in the economy means sometimes we have to adjust. One of the numbers you've heard talked about is this 186,000 that they're asking from the city. Just so you know, about 56,000 of that is just the contingency, the overage if something happens. So knock on a lot of wood, that money's not going to go anywhere. So that drops it down. just a little. And yes, we did put in for a grant that, knock on a lot of wood, we're going to be able to come through. There's another one that I'm going to tell Ty that he should probably apply for that I didn't think about till I was sitting here staring at you. It's not too late to apply for another one. It's never easy to give up a lot of money out of a city bank account because it's our job to treat your money with respect because it is your money. It's not ours. That's the end of it. Now you got to go for a motion.
All right. I move, we go with staff's recommendation and authorize the bid, city manager to execute agreement for construction, testing, and inspection for the skate park project improvements.
Do we have a
Second.
second? Okay. Trinity seconds. Vote, please.
Thank you, Mayor. Councilmember Burris,
Aye.
Councilmember Douglas,
Aye.
Councilmember Loman,
Aye.
Mayor McCauley.
Aye.
Thank you. Motion passes with one recusal.
Okay. That means now the contracting starts. Anything else? We're done.